Hey guys, my name's IceTeaGameDev, or mainly IceT is what I'm going by. But to start out, this is going to be a channel overview of IceTeaGameDev and a little intro on my first big project I've made. So to start, content I'm going to be doing on this channel is going to be on this bot I'm building. I'm building like a, not like ChatGPT, but like a chatbot that can do many things such as like control Arduinos, and I'm learning electronics and stuff like robotics to do such a thing as like close my curtains. So I'd add like a mic Arduino in, some type of like volume acceptor, and be like, hey, and his name's Dansby, and he'd be like, hey Dansby, close my curtains please, and he could close the curtains. Another thing he can do is just hold general convo and like eventually have like a knowledge of database and could answer questions and help me with things. Basically ChatGPT and similar things like that. I want to build a NAS, a home server eventually, and have him run a bunch of stuff, but I am most definitely a noob coder in my third year of uni, so, I'm mainly self-taught with all the theory in school. It doesn't really help me much, but another thing I'm going to do on this channel is going to be, like, game Let's Plays, like I'll probably do Minecraft or Skyrim or something like that, just to fill in, like, gaps of content release, because I can easily play a game in comparison to doing a meaningful update on something I'm building. I'm decently busy with school and jobs and stuff, so I'm kind of aiming for like at least once a week a video until I find my flow. Like, I'm still trying to get over hitting my voice when I'm listening back to this. This is my fourth time around recording the same exact video because I'm just sloppy and rushed. But let's jump into Dansby before I make this too long. So this is a C# interface. It has dependencies like .NET. I'm using JSONs. I've got WinForms, a bunch of other API dependencies and stuff for I have an API for GPT, and I had to download a bunch of dependencies and stuff. I still need to make a make file on my Git, so when you download it, it'll easily download everything. But let's start out with just the code in general. I'm really not going to explain a crazy amount, but I'd say let's start with intent recognition, because this is probably our most important engine under the hood of the whole application. So I have a intent recognizer, and he basically, or not he, but the file takes intent, like basically an utterance, so like a sentence, like an utterance as in like a string of words, and it tokenizes them through a tokenizer. Then it runs into the intent recognizer, and if it recognizes that sentence, it knows it has a group. So if it wants to respond, it goes to response, and if it recognizes that, like if the group has an intent, it recognizes the group to the intent, then the intent will go to another sentence. So it's like a conversation. There's a bunch of different ones that fall and make sense with your response, so it'll be like a normal convoFlow. So I have all like our mappings here and stuff, like weather, greetings, goodbye, temp. Like some of this isn't implemented, like temperature and weather, because I would need to use an API and I haven't implemented it yet. His name, meaningless, how are you? And like a lot of this is just stupid stuff. Like I've only been doing this with my friends, so I've been adding funny things in, because none of them codes, gotta keep their attention somehow. But yeah. This is the intent mapping, so you can see it's 2,500 lines so far. So he's got a little bit of a vocab. He can understand a decent amount of stuff, but nothing specific. He doesn't really have any overbranching knowledge, as if you were to ask him like about anything fictional or information. He can just kind of hold small talk, and he can also perform some functions. So let's just run through the intent recognizer and explain a little bit of stuff. I have an add intent, so he grows. So if he doesn't understand something, it prompts me to add the intent grouping. So then I add that, and then he'll now understand like that sentence belongs to that grouping. So it loads the intents, saves them on the file, and then this is the actual recognize. It tokenizes them here, like as we were saying, use the tokenizer and referencing it. If it matches, it can call perform intent action, which is functions that I'll show in a second. These are the cases for the functions that I was just speaking of. So these are the actual intent groupings that it goes under, and then this is just me calling the logic from my function script, and that's where it holds all the actual logic for these methods and stuff. Sorry, my throat's a little scratchy. So then you go to our functions. You can see you got stuff like list all functions, get day of the week, get date, etc. And there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot going on in here. I had to edit all this and refactor it for WinForms because I have an application. It used to be a console-based application when I was building it. And there's a lot of other stuff here. You can see like lists, snake, which I removed because it was really, really bad. User authentication or directory of JSONs for the users, which I'm not going to click on because there's like personal data in there. The original console file, I got like git commands. So there's a decent amount going on here. I'll just also scroll through my README real quick if you want to read any of it. This is basically the timeline of my devlogs, just general summaries of what I did in these sessions, or not even sessions, in these commits, as you can see here. And this is all my git, which is right here. I don't know if I think I showed it in the beginning, but this, my git is Gram59 or IceTeaGameDev if you guys want to follow. But let's show the application because I feel like I'm running a little long and I was trying to make this quick. So use .NET. So you just run these two commands. It'll open the application. Prompts me to log in as a user, so I'm logging in as the admin. So this is in the mappings that I was showing before, the main convo logic. So I can say hello, hey, hi. He recognizes all of it. I even have like a debug showing still because as I'm building. I'll keep it there for probably a long time. And he can understand a decent amount of stuff, but nothing really meaningful. He says some funny stuff. He used to be able to like do his name, but now it doesn't match. So yeah, I gotta fix that. Pause. Sorry about that, guys. I had to go take care of something really quick. But I believe I was talking about Dansby and his functions. I'm probably not gonna edit that out, but that pause I just did, just because I don't know how to edit. So we were talking about this. Like I clearly have to fix this because it's doesn't say Dansby. It used to. I don't know what it says now. It's just a bunch of characters. But yeah. So we can do things like list all functions, and then this is a big error I'm having. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but double print out my functions. It's really weird. I don't know why it happens. I've been trying to fix it for about a month and a half because it was like probably the first error I really had in this problem or this project. But yeah, can't figure it out. So if anyone has any ideas, please let me know. Like double invocation or something, or I'm calling. I don't even know. But these are all his functions that he can do: perform, exit, get time, get date, day of week, list all functions, a sub-function that describes them, which we're literally looking at. List current data, list current username. This is the admin command: test user login and display their data. So you can't access their their data if you're not an admin with admin privs. All the list commands, which I'm probably going to remove and create another interface for a list, like a book. Something like that. Start snake game. I deleted this because it was really bad. Like I think I said that before. Some math functions. Yeah, but that's the gist of the project. You can answer a bunch of stuff. convoFlow, and I'll probably make a more in-depth intro video to this project. This is more of a channel interview and introduction and like everything I'm doing. And I'm sure my speech is pretty sloppy because I'm not doing scripts or anything as of now. So I'm just going to try and figure out how I go editing videos and all that stuff. I'm going to make content on this, like making games in Unity. That'll probably be a big thing, like simulations and stuff. And hopefully it's not going to be like a tutorial channel. Like I'll probably will show a lot of moment coding and stuff when I'm better at editing. But it's more going to be like relatable, like if you code, and I'm going to play video games too and stuff, so that should be entertaining. But it's supposed to be like relatable. You could learn stuff, get ideas, inspire you to start coding, because I was watching YouTube videos and YouTube tutorial hell, and I was just watching and copying and stuff. And I think it's really important just to start So I just want to be hopefully like really relatable and interesting to watch. So if anyone has any suggestions of things they want to see or things I could add, other projects to start. I have done some Unity games like Dots and Boxes and Tic-Tac-Toes as like learning curves. I'm not going to upload them, but yeah. I think that's it, and this is going to be, let's exit this real quick just so you see. And that's going to be IceT out, guys, I guess. Yeah, wait, stay tuned for the next video, please. Have a good night, guys.